Okay, real question. Why can one text from someone you like make your whole day, but one dry K can send you into a full detective documentary?
Because romance is basically neuroscience wearing cute shoes. Your brain loves patterns, rewards, and dramatic overreactions.
So you're saying I'm not too much, I'm just a highly active biological event.
Exactly. Relationships don't just live in your heart, they mess with your dopamine, cortisol, oxytocin, and probably your ability to eat normally.
That explains why people in love act like they've had 3 coffees and zero supervision.
Pretty much. Attraction, attachment, jealousy, comfort, even those weird gut feelings. Your brain is running a whole chemical group chat behind the scenes.
Great. So love isn't just poetry, it's chemistry with opinions.
And today, we're exposing the whole operation.
Let's start with the obvious one. Why does the beginning of a relationship feel so intense? Like suddenly songs make sense, food tastes better, and you're smiling at your phone like a maniac.
That early stage is loaded with dopamine, which is the brain's reward chemical. It's not exactly the happy chemical, people call it. It's more like the pay attention, this matters chemical.
So when you're crushing on someone, your brain is basically yelling, important, very important, look alive.
Yes, and because the reward feels unpredictable, your brain gets even more hooked. If they text right away, great. If they disappear for 6 hours and come back with sorry, busy, your brain somehow gets even more invested.
That feels rude, biologically speaking.
It is. The brain tends to chase variable rewards. Same reason people keep checking notifications. Uncertainty can make attraction feel stronger, even when it's actually just making you anxious.
So not every butterfly is romance. Sometimes it's just confusion in a leather jacket.
Exactly. Calm doesn't always mean boring, and intensity doesn't always mean healthy. Your nervous system can confuse excitement with instability.
Wow, so half the dating pool is just people accidentally falling in love with emotional plot twists.
I didn't say half, but I'm not arguing with you either.
Okay, then what makes people feel safe with each other? Because that seems different from the wild crush phase.
That's where attachment comes in. Over time, the brain starts caring less about the chase and more about security. Chemicals like oxytocin and vasopressin help with bonding, trust, and that feeling of, this person is my person.
Oxytocin is the cuddle chemical, right?
That's the simplified version, yeah. It's linked to closeness, touch, and social bonding. Hugging, eye contact, kind tone of voice, even just consistent emotional support can strengthen that bond.
So a good relationship is partly built on deep talks and partly built on remembering to hug like you mean it.
Pretty much. Your brain loves consistency. When someone is emotionally reliable, your nervous system starts to relax. You don't have to keep guessing. You stop living in refresh mode.
That's kind of romantic. Less fireworks, more, I know where I stand.
And that matters a lot. A peaceful relationship can feel unfamiliar if someone is used to chaos, but to the brain, safety is powerful.
Which brings me to jealousy. Why does it hit so fast? Sometimes someone likes your partner's photo and suddenly your brain becomes a crime board with red stirring.
Jealousy is basically a threat response. Your brain detects possible loss, rejection, or competition, and it can react before logic even shows up.
So the brain is like danger and logic is still in traffic.
Exactly. Jealousy can involve fear, insecurity, comparison, and past experiences. If someone's been betrayed before, their brain may stay on high alert even in a good relationship.
That makes sense. Sometimes people aren't reacting to the present, they're reacting to old pain with a fresh outfit on.
That's a good way to put it. The brain learns from emotional experiences. If trust was broken before, it may try to prevent that hurt from happening again.
Even when it's being dramatic.
Especially when it's being dramatic. The brain would rather overprotect you than risk missing a threat. It's not always accurate, it just thinks it's helpful.
My brain has the confidence of someone who read one article and now thinks they're an expert.
That is the most accurate description of human behavior I've heard all week.
What about arguments? Why do smart people suddenly forget every communication skill they've ever had?
Because conflict can activate stress systems. When you feel attacked, judged, ignored, or misunderstood, cortisol and adrenaline can kick in. Your body gets ready to defend itself, not to calmly discuss tone and word choice.
So that's why a simple "can we talk" can feel like a subpoena.
Yes, and once you're flooded with stress, the brain's higher reasoning gets weaker. listening drops, assumptions rise, and now you're fighting about dishes like it's a constitutional crisis.
To be fair, it was never just the dishes.
It's almost never just the dishes. Usually it's about respect, effort, feeling unseen, or feeling like you're carrying too much alone.
So the best thing in conflict isn't win the argument, it's help the nervous system calm down enough to actually think.
Exactly. Slowing down, lowering your tone, being specific, and not turning one mistake into a personality biography.
You forgot to call me is better than you are a villain in every timeline.
Much better. Surprisingly effective.
Here's something I've wondered. Why do some people pull closer when they're upset, while others disappear like they joined witness protection?
Different attachment styles vary broadly. Some people seek closeness when stressed, while others protect themselves by becoming distant. These patterns often develop from early experiences, but they can absolutely change over time.
So if someone shuts down, it's not always because they don't care.
Right. Sometimes distance is protection, not indifference, and sometimes constant reassurance seeking is protection too. Different strategies, same goal, avoid pain.
That's kind of sad and comforting at the same time.
Relationships are often. Two nervous systems trying to feel safe together is beautiful, but also messy.
Honestly, that should be on a t-shirt.
I'd wear it.
So if brain science shapes relationships, are we all just trapped by chemistry and childhood patterns?
No, and that's the hopeful part. Your brain is plastic, which means it can change. New habits, better communication, therapy, self-awareness, and healthy relationships can literally reshape patterns over time.
So you're telling me growth is real and I don't have to date the same red flag in different fonts forever?
Correct. You can learn to pause before reacting, notice what triggers you, ask for what you need, and choose people who bring steadiness instead of confusion.
That might be the most attractive sentence in the English language.
Emotional regulation is hot. Pass it on.
All right, quick recap. Attraction can light up reward circuits, uncertainty can feel addictive, attachment helps build safety, jealousy often comes from perceived threat, and arguments get worse when stress hijacks the brain.
And the big takeaway is this. Relationships aren't just about feelings. They're also about nervous systems, habits, and patterns. The more you understand your brain, the better you can love without turning every text into a medical emergency.
If this made you look at your dating history like a science experiment, we've done our job.
And if you want more conversations like this, subscribe, share this with a friend who overthinks reply times, and come back for the next one.